Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's mental health mini-series. We are part of the Mental Health and Wellbeing team at Apple-Maitland District School Board.
Today, we're going to take some time to discuss social emotional learning, or for short, SEL. The goal of this presentation is to provide information to caregivers about social emotional learning. SEL is the foundation of emotional regulation. The ability to emotionally regulate and engage with our environment with a calm brain is the foundation for learning.
Following COVID-19 lockdowns and restrictions, students are reporting increased levels of anxiety, lack of connection, and belonging, and have been observed to show high levels of dysregulation and poor engagement in the classroom. The introduction of SEL in the classroom is intended to address these needs and move us into recovery and positive well-being.
We're asked every day, how can we help? What can we do? How can we fix this? We hope that following this presentation, you'll be able to understand and apply SEL practices to your daily interactions with the children in your care. If we work in conjunction at home and school, we can build the skills children need to take into adulthood.
SEL is an integral part of human development. In order to ensure we have a common language and mutual understanding, let's define what SEL is.
SEL is the process through which all young people and adults acquire and apply the knowledge, skills, and attitudes to develop healthy identities, manage emotions, and achieve personal and collective goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain supportive relationships, and make responsible and caring decisions. A culturally responsive approach to social emotional learning demonstrates awareness of and a respect for the social and cultural identities of all students. Understand that racism, oppression, and disparity exist, and everyone's experiences with racism and oppression at school or in the community can affect the way social emotional learning is perceived.
At AMDSB, we focus on supporting students at all three tiers of the triangle, at home, in school, and in the community at large. The first level, Tier 1, is the foundational everyday work school staff do to welcome and include students, to understand them and build knowledge of mental health, to promote mentally healthy habits, and to partner with parents, students, and other staff to create a supportive environment. Most of the mental health work in schools is at this level.
The second level, Tier 2, focuses on prevention and early intervention. In every class and school, there will be some students who may need additional support within the classroom. Educators and school staff can help by reinforcing skills and working to remove barriers to learning. School mental health professionals can provide intervention services such as counseling at this level.
The third level, Tier 3, services support students requiring more intensive assessment and intervention services. The role of school staff is to help students to access appropriate community or health services and to provide needed ongoing care while students are at school.
Overall, schools are uniquely positioned for mental health promotion, early identification, prevention, and early intervention services. All school staff work in partnership with community and health partners as part of the system of care. Implementing and using SEL strategies focuses on Tier 1 prevention and promotion.
School Mental Health Ontario is the governing body of mental health services in the province, including mental health promotion in AMDSB. They have developed an SEL framework known as the 6 Common Elements. These common elements address 6 broad but interconnected areas of SEL competence and include identification and management of emotions, stress management and coping, positive motivation and perseverance, healthy relationship skills, self-awareness and sense of identity, and critical and creative thinking, executive functioning skills.
SEL is evidence-based and benefits children and adults by increasing resilience and perseverance, improving academic outcomes, improving self-regulation and coping, reducing negative behaviors, and improving lifetime outcomes.
Why is SEL important for caregivers? When a child within your care is not regulated, they are usually in one of the listed stress response states. When triggered and in a state of fight, flight, or freeze, children cannot do these things: control their actions, have access to language, listen, learn.
As a result, caregivers can feel frustrated and become upset. It is important to note that in these moments, adults need to keep calm and be careful not to become triggered ourselves. When we are triggered, it is important to use SEL strategies to regulate ourselves, which in turn will help support the children within our care. By exploring the 6 common elements and activities to implement these at home, you are providing your child with life skills that are applicable in a variety of situations and across their lifespan.
Common element number 1 is the identification and management of emotions. Children express emotion in a variety of ways based on their personal, social, and cultural lived experiences. Together with the children you care for, you can learn how thoughts, emotions, and actions are connected.
The intended outcome of common element number 1, skill development, is to help children and adults with managing emotions, recognizing emotions, understanding emotions, and understanding the relationship between one's emotions, thoughts, values, and behaviors.
A simple but effective strategy is called Name It to Tame It. Name your emotions out loud as you experience them.
Another practice is called a mood diary. This is a great activity for both yourself and the children within your care. This can be done together by looking for images to cut out of magazines, drawing a picture of your mood, writing a comic, or just writing out mood or feeling words.
Common element number 2 is stress management and coping. Children face a range of challenges that are relative to their personal, social, and cultural lived experiences. They also have existing ways of coping. Strategies like stretching, guided imagery, and deep breathing can help to decrease anxiety, increase alertness, support a positive mindset, as well as promote a sense of calm.
The intended outcome of common element 2, skill development, is to help children and adults with healthy coping strategies such as relaxation and seeking positive supports. Let's try a coping strategy together. Put your shoulders up towards your ears and hold. Let go. How does that make you feel? Repeat as often as necessary to release tension. Breathing exercises are also an important strategy to use when you are feeling stressed. They are also great to teach children. Breathing exercises are a great practice for when you are feeling frustrated, especially before reacting. As children get older, they can be encouraged to accompany breathing exercises with a few minutes of independent physical activity. Young children can do some stretching with you as well.
Common element number 3 is positive motivation and perseverance. Positive motivation and perseverance are skills that can help children and adults approach challenges in life with an optimistic mindset and remain hopeful even when their circumstances are difficult. This is to not overlook everyone's specific situations or devalue their lived experiences, but rather to highlight the role of perseverance and motivation in advocacy and collective action.
The goal of this common element is to explore and practice strategies that build on our strengths. The intended outcome of common element 3, skill development, is to help children and adults with noticing and expressing gratitude and perseverance.
An example of positive motivation is the 4-finger affirmation. You can do this yourself or with the children in your care. Say out loud 4 words that make you feel confident or calm. You can teach this to children as well. It could be a sentence or just 4 words. Each statement or word will match a finger on your hand. You can repeat this throughout the day in your head or say it out loud when needed throughout the day.
Common element 4, healthy relationship skills. Healthy relationship skills increase children's success with academic tasks and can also help them manage other relationship challenges in their lives. Healthy relationship skills include active listening, empathizing with others, resolving conflict respectfully, working cohesively with diverse groups, respecting others' perspectives. You can model and teach these skills and create opportunities for children to learn and practice them.
The intended outcome of Common Element 4 skill development is to support the skills of listening, cooperation, empathy, and friendship.
One way to practice and demonstrate healthy relationship skills is by practicing acts of kindness and pay it forward activities. This can be done at home, in the community, or the school.
Common element number 5 is self-awareness and sense of identity. Exploring self-awareness and sense of identity is a chance for courageous and supportive conversations about strengths, difficulties, preferences, values, lived experiences, and ambitions.
The intended outcome of Common Element 5 skill development is to support children and adults with assertive communication, advocating for one's needs, knowing oneself, affirming cultural heritage, knowing that you matter.
An activity you can try at home is called the eye and image. You could show 4 different photos of nature scenes, different emotions, different jobs, or different people. Ask the child in your care to explain which one they feel more alike and why. It is helpful to also do this activity about yourself so that they get a sense of you as a person. This is great to do while looking at picture books.
This can also be done with older students when connecting to current events and looking at images there. Common element 6, critical and creative thinking. Critical and creative thinking is also referred to as executive functioning. These skills include planning, task focus, creative problem solving, and time management. Executive functioning skills help children get organized and increase their success with academic tasks.
The intended outcome of Common Element 6 skill development is to help children and adults with task focus, organization, planning, working memory, and time management.
At home, help children to set small goals for their day. Write the goal down on a Post-it note and place it in a high traffic area. The Post-it note will serve as a visual reminder. You can then see it and discuss with a child their goal and ask questions on how they are going to accomplish it, all the while offering support.
One of the most exciting parts of the AMDSB SEL initiative is the application to both school and home. School Mental Health Ontario notes, "We all want our children to feel mentally well, grow up happy, and learn how to navigate life's challenges, but it's not always easy to know what to do. School Mental Health Ontario is here to help by providing parents, guardians, caregivers, and families with valuable information and resources to support children and youth with their mental health."
Recently, AMDSB has updated our external mental health and well-being website with resources for parents, caregivers, and students. This website is where you can access support and resources, as well as calming and coping strategies related to SEL. The Relaxation Hub is full of calming strategies and activities. This is a great spot to start if you're looking for resources or support for children within your care. www.amdsb.ca/mental health.
To bring this work to the classroom, and as a simple first step, the Mental Health and Wellbeing team created the Staying in the Zone poster, which is posted in every classroom and common area across the board. It is also on the Avon-Maitland District School Board Mental Health and Wellbeing website for students and families to access at home. This is the first initiative of its kind to bring about common practice and common language across the board.
This poster intends to help students name and measure all kinds of emotions, learn and apply a variety of coping strategies, identify friends, family, and school services that can help them in times of need, and create a self-care plan that they can use whenever and wherever they need to.
Sometimes a way to support children is through books. Books can be a great starting point to learn and discuss specific social emotional learning skills. Books are also great to use as part of a bedtime routine. On the external Mental Health and Wellbeing website, there are book lists with suggestions for each common element by grade level. You may wish to purchase them, watch them online, or locate them at your local library. In addition, all AMDSB students have an EPIC online account. There's a dedicated SEL section of books that can be accessed at home on EPIC.
This concludes our presentation. We hope that this webinar has provided you with an overview of SEL and the benefits of implementing these skills and strategies both at home and at school. All of the exercises and activities shared in today's presentation are available on the AMDSB website under Mental Health and Wellbeing.
Now, take a deep breath and relax your shoulders. You've got this. Thank you.